Okay, so this is question 1 from the worksheet on financial maths. It's also the last year's financial maths question. I'm not going to do the A part because the A part just involves the proof of the mortgage formula, which you have on one of my videos anyway, and also on the website under the topic summaries. Okay, so the B part. Alex has a credit card debt of €5,000. One method of clearing this debt is to make a fixed repayment at the end of each month. So he owes that much. So what he wants to do is he wants to pay fixed payments at the end of each month. Okay? And the amount of this repayment, this A, is 2.5% of the original debt. So 2.5% of 5,000 is 5,000 multiplied by 0.025, which is €125. Okay, so that's the answer to the first part. The fixed monthly repayment in this situation is €125. Okay, the next bit, the annual percentage rate charged on the debt by credit card companies is 21.75. That means that if you owe an amount of money at the end of a year, you will now owe that amount times 1.2175, or times 1 plus the interest rate as a decimal. Okay? They want to know what's the monthly equivalent rate for that. Okay, the monthly interest rate. In other words, if you owed P and instead you paid interest every month, what would be the monthly equivalent rate, so that at the end of the 12 months, which means you would get out P times 1 plus R to the power of 12, R being the monthly rate, you want that to be the same as what you would get at the end of a year if you just left it in for the year. Or sorry, not if you left it in, but if you borrowed it after 1 year, you would owe 1.2175 times the number that you borrowed, or that you were owing at the start of the year. So we want P times 1 plus R to the power of 12 to be equal to P times 1.2175. The two P's divide either side. 1 plus R to the power of 12 is equal to 1.2175. 1 plus R, get the 12th root of both sides, is 1.2175. The 12th root of it, or the number to the power of 1/12. So then R is 1.2175 to the power of 1/12 minus 1. So that equates to 1.2175 to the power of 1/12 minus 1 is 0.01635. Now, I think they said to correct to 3 significant figures. So to 3 significant figures, that would be 0.0165. That's the interest rate as a decimal, so it would be 1.65%. So paying 21.75% at the end of a year is the same as paying compound interest of 1.65% every month. Okay. Now, so now the next part of the question. Assume Alex pays the fixed monthly repayment each month and does not have any further transactions on that card. Complete the table below to show how the balance of the debt of 5,000 is reducing each month for the first 3 months, assuming an APR of 21.75% charged and compounded monthly. So if it's compounded monthly, we've just worked out that that means 1.65% every month. Okay, so what they want here is they want payment number 0, 1, 2, 3, fixed monthly payment, well, we know what the fixed monthly payment is. That is 125. Okay? Now, okay, we want the interest and previous balance reduced by. So how much the previous balance is reduced by, okay? And new balance of debt in euros. Okay, so, okay, obviously at the start his new balance of debt is 5,000 euros. Okay, so you do not, I guess you don't put that in there either, because this is the very start. So he's coming in with a balance of 5,000. Okay, he is now going to make a payment of 125. But remember, he now owes, because he had a 5,000 euro debt, at the end of 1 month, he now owes 5,000 plus 1.65, or 5,000 multiplied by 1.0165. Remember, we need to get 1.65% of 5,000. So to get 1.65% of a number, you multiply the number by 1 plus the interest rate as a decimal. Okay, and that turns out to be 5082. 5082 is the amount that he would owe, so the interest is just 82.50. Okay, again, sorry, the interest on this loan is just 1.65% after a month, so 1.65% of 5,000 is 82.50. Okay, he's paid off 125, so 125 take away 82.50 is 42.50. So he owed 5,000. At the end of a month, he owed the 5,000 plus the 82.50, but he has paid off 125. So even though his debt has increased by 82.50 due to the 1.65%, he's paid 125. So that means his previous balance of 5,000 is now reduced by 42.50. So that's 5,000 take away 42.50, and that leaves him owing, 5,000 take away 42.50 leaves him now owing 4957.50. Okay, now 4957.50 is his new balance. That's what he owes. So he's going to, we first of all calculate the interest on that. So after that's what he owes going into the second month. At the end of the second month, he now owes 4957.50 plus the interest. So the interest on 4957.50 is 1.65% of 4957.50, and that happens to be 81.79875. So 89, that can't be right. 49750. 4957.5 times 0.0165 is 81, I said 89. 81.79875. So 798, which would be 80. 8180. Okay? So 8180 is the interest at the end of a month. he pays 125. So 125 take away 81.80 leaves him with 43.20 effectively that can be removed from that debt. So 4957.5 take away the 43.20 leaves you with 4914.3. Okay, now let's look at the third year because that should help you. So that's our third month. That's what he owes going into the third month, but at the end of the third month he's going to owe that plus interest. So the interest that's going to get added on, in other words, 1.65% of that number is the interest that he's going to now have added on at the end of the month. So he's going to owe 81.09 euros, but he will pay off 125. So that leaves, 81.09. That leaves 43.91. So of the 125 that he pays back at the end of the third month, 81 euros of it, 0.09 euros, 81.09 euros of it, he is interest on his after that month. So he effectively pays off the interest and he still has 43.91. So that'll come off the 49.14. $4,870.39. Okay, and I think that's effectively what they want there, and I don't want this video to run too long. So on a very quick summary, his fixed monthly payments are the 1.25, okay, but every month it's in, he gathers interest at 1.65 of what he owes. So the interest at 1.65 of what he owes is written in here. His 125 will pay off that interest plus an extra 42.50 that it will pay off his actual loan. So that comes off his loan. This is the new balance that he owes. So again, this is his new balance. So his new interest at the end of the second month is 1.65% of that number. That's the interest he owes. The extra interest, he pays 125 at the end of the year. So he has, of the 125, that much goes to pay off the interest that he gathered over that month, and that much goes to write off part of his loan. Now, that's what he owes. So again, that's what he owes. Interest at the end of a month puts him owing an extra 81.09 on top of that. But he pays 125 at the end of the month. So 81.09 of the 125 just pays off that interest. And the remaining 43.91 of that 125 comes off his balance. So you can see his balance is reducing slowly. But you can see also that he's paying, a lot of the payments that he's paying back over the month are actually interest on the loan. Okay?